Gray, along with all-star forward Cheyenne Parker. Adding Diggins-Smith could move them into title contention, and they will be able to offer her a max contract. This sounds like someone I knew saying something along the lines of, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. I want to start off this video with Jasmine Riggs. She reached out to me on the book. Oh man, my thing cut out. However, she responded to me. She said it was pretty harsh that I said that she was celebrating his firing. She said, "I'm not celebrating anything. I'm not happy." And then she said, can't even say I'm happy for real. I'm still angry. My son is forever gone. But like I've been saying, you can't be a terrible person in this world and get rewarded. I'll take poor and happy over rich and miserable any day. Okay. So that's what she said. Let me get back to this recording. All right, bet. So that's what she said. So to clarify, well, not even to clarify, just to give like her side of it, you know, she said that she wouldn't necessarily say that she was celebrating because she is still sad. Her baby boy is no longer here with us. Anyways, oh yeah. Like I said, but before I just transition, once again, we do want to send our prayers, condolences to Jasmine and her healing process and her process of forgiving the family, forgiving Alan Griffin, Adrian Griffin, and Adrian Griffin's wife. That being said, let's get into today's news in the world of women's basketball, the ball de basket. Also, but before we get into that, Chet and Wemby went against each other today in rivalry week, and they put on a show, man. They put on a show. I think OKC came out on top because they just have a much better team, and San Antonio didn't have Trey Jones, so you know they didn't have their point guard. OKC ended up winning 140 to 114. Sorry, excuse me. Chet had 17, 9, and 4. I don't know how many blocks he had, and then Wemby had 24, 12, and 4. Wemby, he took a couple of the like Chet things personally, and he went at Chet like very harsh. Chet tried to come back at him and stuff like that, and yeah, that I don't know. It's just interesting. It's very, very, I feel like, engaging game. Let me see where else I want to see the stats. I want to see the blocks. I want to see the blocks, and then we'll get into it. All right. Okay, we have the box score pulled up now. Chet had 3 blocks. Wemby had 4 blocks. Bro, Wemby did that in 28 minutes, bro. Chet played 30 minutes. Like I told a commenter, I said, bro, I want to see this junk the next 20 years. Anyways, like I said, finally, let's get into it. Nneka, the headlining news of the day. She says, "Thank you, LA." And this comes after Ramona Shelburne, I believe, was the one who broke it from ESPN, that Nneka was indeed not coming back to the Los Angeles Sparks. And yeah, so Nneka, you know, if you've been following the team for a while, the Sparks have been struggling the past couple of years. Nneka's been the face of the team, one of the better players in the league, MVP, champion, as you see in this graphic, thing to that nature. And, you know, it's just, I guess she just said it was time. It's the end of her prime. You know, everybody else has kind of moved on. Candace Parker has moved on. Some other players have moved on from their franchises that they were tied to for so long in their careers. And at the end of her prime, she kind of wants a chance to win, another chance to win before her prime is up. And I think that's what she's going to be able to do. Anyways, here we go. We finally got a championship roster. Wait, hold on. Let me address this. Man, stay tight. We finally got a championship roster. Don't leave us. Championship roster is you talking about, bruh? Championship roster is you talking about, bruh? I'm sorry. That wasn't very nice of me. But they got the same roster. Got the same roster. If anything, they lost more. Jasmine Thomas is gone. Zaya Cook is a year older, I guess. All right, here we go. Hold on to what you have. And then I think the other side of that is I'm gonna assume. Ooh, don't cancel me for this. It's the language, or it's the culture. I think the culture is Igbo. But shout out Nigeria. I'm gonna just say that. Shout out Nigeria. I believe that's a side that's of a language from Nigeria. And Igbo is culture. Igbo culture, Nigerian culture. Hold on to what you have. Here we go. I have so much love for the city that unconditionally embraced. I'm sorry. Y'all remember when that man Kawhi was like, what did he say? Kawhi said, I don't have social media, so I didn't post a paragraph. That reminded me of this. All right, let me get serious. So much love to the city that unconditionally embraced this Stanford kid 12 years ago. So much pride in being only a small piece of the legacy that is Championship City. So much pain and sweat with teammates, coaches, staff, and ownership that gave life to what it really means to be Showtime. Shout out to Magic. So much gratitude for the fans and the people of LA that raised me. So much joy of what it means to be number 30 in purple and gold. I have so much because of the Los Angeles Sparks and even more from my heart to hold on in this season of change. LA, I hope this is not a goodbye, but I see you later. All right. So, one thing, just a other thing. It's a pet peeve of mine when people put the period outside of the quotation marks. Like, I just want the periods inside the quotation marks, punctuation inside the quotation marks. Even some editors do that, which is extremely annoying. If y'all watching this as editors, if you ever edited my stuff and you put the period and the punctuation outside of quotation marks, that it gives me the ick. As the girl, what's her name, Leigh Banks says. Shout out Leigh Banks. Anyways, that is what she says right there. Hold on. Where we at? Cause I saw this jump somewhere, and I saw this somewhere. Let me see. Is this it? No, this isn't it. I think this. Oh, here we go. Jackie Powell from Jackie Powell. She commented. Shout out Jackie Powell. Shout out New York. Jackie Powell said this, and it almost made me want to throw the laptop. The New York Liberty will be meeting with Nneka before she makes a decision as to which team she'll play for in 2024. With Stuart Cord Jones on board to return, I just wonder, basketball-wise, how these three bigs could fit together if Wemby decided on the Liberty. Please don't go to New York. Please don't go to New York. Please don't go to Vegas. Please don't go to New York. Please don't go to Vegas. Please don't go to New York or Vegas. Please. For the sake of basketball, bro. You could even build something. You and Skylar Diggins-Smith can go to Chicago and build something over there. You, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Kalea Copper, Big Three. Chi-Town was good. Y'all could do something like that. I'd rather you do something where you build something at a new team and give us a third super team as opposed to just making the rich richer, bro. Please don't do that. All right. But anyways, Ramona Shelburne said something that was interesting. She said, since the league's free agent negotiating window opened up on Sunday, Wemby has had meetings with the Sparks, Phoenix Mercury, and Chicago Sky. She intends on meeting with the New York Liberty before making a decision on the next team. Shout out to Unique. Unique was just commenting the other day. I said appreciate all the support throughout all the years. Unique's been following my stuff since like I was doing Hawk stuff back in a few years ago. She was supporting, reading my stuff, watching my stuff on YouTube and stuff like that. So I think she said she was like, yeah, I watch your stuff all the time, I just don't comment. I was like, I know, like I see, like I notice when people like something or retweets, like I just notice those small things or whatever. So I see the support. I appreciate it, Unique. Anyways, Unique was saying the Dream need an elite four to go to the next level. I said they need a point guard. She said we need an elite four. or the Atlanta Dream. She said we because she's a Dream fan. And I said, I think Mo Billings and Naz Hillman are good enough. And she says, I don't like Mo Billings. I don't know what you guys see in her. I think she's hit her ceiling. What you see is what you get from her. And my response, I never responded in comment form because I was moving on to the next video. But my response to that is, I think what you see, what you get with Mo is sufficient enough for a rotational player at the 4 spot. You don't need someone who's a superstar at every single position. I mean, I get the thing of, like, especially in the league with the Las Vegas Aces and the New York Liberty, that you need to be as good as possible at every single position, especially in the starter spot. But for what Mo gives you, she gives you something quality. She gives you someone who could block, rebound the ball, bring the ball up, run in transition, keep up with the team, keep the pace up. If they want to run, she can keep up with the pace. She makes her layups in transition. Sometimes she misses some shots, but I mean, for the most part, if she's missing, she's not going to hold the team back and just keep taking bad shots and get in the way, stagnate the offense or anything like that. She has good movements, has good screens, can move around. Clumsy sometimes, can fall down, yes, but she's big. She brings size to the front court, formidable size at the 4 position. I just like Monique Billings. I think she's good for what she does, and she understands who she is. She understands her role. She doesn't think she's Ryan Howard. She doesn't think she is Cheyenne Parker. She knows she's Mo Billings, and I think that's great for a rotational player. I don't think you need to be a superstar. Monique Billings is just fine. That's what I feel about Monique Billings. And I think Naz Hillman took a huge leap, as opposed, in contrast, when you say, we see what we get with Mo Billings. I don't see what y'all see in Mo Billings. She's peaked. What you've seen with Naz Hillman is it kind of almost a polar opposite of, like, someone who took an extreme leap from year 1 to year 2. I think AU really helped her last year. She's playing, I think, in Australia this offseason. And, I don't know, maybe she takes another huge leap. She has a crazy work ethic, and, you saw the type of college career she had in Michigan, just an amazing college player. So I think she's kind of working her way back to getting that confidence back, and we saw a lot of that in her second season where she was shooting the 3 ball a little bit more and stuff like that, or not even just a little bit more, just period. And she was really expanding her game. She was being more aggressive offensively, taking more shots, and it paid off for the Dream in a couple of games. I still want to see Haley Jones at the point guard position, especially if you don't get Skylar Diggins-Smith. I want to see Haley Jones become the full-time starting point guard. That is my off-season campaign for the Atlanta Dream. If you don't get Skylar Diggins-Smith, if you don't win that contest, start Haley Jones full-time at the point guard position next year. But if you get Nneka, you got a starting lineup of Haley Jones. I'm pushing the agenda still. Alisha Gray, Ryan Howard, Nneka, Cheyenne Parker. It's 4 All-Stars. And Haley's probably going to be an All-Star at some point of her career. I don't know if, year 2 is the year that she just takes a huge leap or whatever, but Haley's one of the better younger players in this league. One of the better rookies that we saw last season. Boy, if the Dream don't get Skylar Diggins, but what if the Dream got, say money didn't, in an imaginary world, money didn't matter. Someone takes a discount. The Dream gets Skylar Diggins-Smith, and a man can dream, can he? All right, let me go back to what Ramona Shelburne talking about. Hold on. Where's she at? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, man. So, the Atlanta Dream, Phoenix Mercury. I don't see why you would go to the Mercury. They got too many holes. Chicago, I think that is a decent team to go to. They have Copper, obviously they were kind of like, why is Candace Parker, she's still trending because of that Jalen Brunson comment? You talking about basketball, man. But she did a string of tweets, which I thought was weird. Let me touch on that just briefly. She did a string of tweets defending herself. The WNBA tweeted out an appreciation tweet for her. And I appreciate everything about Candace, acknowledge her career and her GOAT status of being one of the greatest players ever. You know, top 10 hands down. Arguably, she's in my top 5. A lot of people say they're not in the top 5. She's in my top 5. Anyways, I say all this to say, Candace, you just said something wrong. Statistically speaking, you said Jalen Brunson struggled in the second round against the Miami Heat. He didn't. Jalen Brunson, I said Jalen Brown. See, I messed up. Sorry, guys. I said Jalen Brown. I meant to say Jalen Brunson. He didn't. Jalen Brunson averaged 30 points in that series, over 30 points. I didn't know this personally until the New York Muse, or Jalen Brunson Muse, posted that on Twitter in response to what you said. Everybody called it out. It went viral. Josh Hart pitched in and said, you guys aren't watching. And then Jalen Brunson mentioned it as well on Twitter. And then Candace Parker came defending herself of saying, you know, I think Jalen Brunson can win as a small player. We just haven't seen it in so many years. That's what Becky Hammond said. That wasn't your argument of why people were coming after you. People were coming after you just because you said something that was wrong, statistically speaking, numerically speaking. You know, it was just wrong what you said. All you had to do is say, yo, I was wrong. My bad. I didn't know Jalen Brunson averaged 30 points. I forgot Jalen Brunson averaged 30 points in the series, second round series against the Miami Heat. Ain't nobody coming for you. Don't nobody hate you. No, that's ironic coming from me making an entire video about hating the fact that she went to the Las Vegas Aces last year. But I don't hate Candace Parker. I think she's top 5 player, like I said, all time. She's one of the greatest players ever. She's changed the game of basketball. I appreciate what she's done so much. But yes, Phoenix, I would scratch them out. Sparks are out of play. So it's between the Dream, the Sky, and the New York Liberty. I don't understand why you would go to the Liberty. If anything, maybe just like for commercial purposes, you know, you get to get in commercials and model and stuff like that if you wanted to. Excuse me. If you wanted to bring Chene with you and have Chene be close to ESPN still and continue to do her thing outside of basketball, maybe that's why you go to New York. But I don't see that making. Oh, Seattle. I'm sorry, I overlooked Seattle. Yeah, Seattle. Seattle is a team that I like campaigned for her to go to the other day. So Chicago, Seattle, Atlanta, I think are her 3 best choices out of this list for sure. Seattle, they could use building a team around Joel Lloyd and giving Joel Lloyd some help. So I'm all for Seattle. And Chicago, I think, would be a decent move as well. Atlanta would take Atlanta to the next level. Phoenix, you're wasting your time. New York, I don't see. It's one ball, bro. It's one ball. And Sparks are out of it. So, yes. That was it, yo. That was Nneka Wemby. We're going to move on now. To Awak. She's not playing this year. Let's see why.
Unfortunately, I won't be with you for the 2024 WNBA season. I'll be taking some time off for personal reasons and to take care of my physical health. I wish the Dallas Wings a great upcoming season, and I hope to see you guys soon.
She said personal reasons and take care of her physical health. Well, Awak, I hope you get better soon. Get your mental right. Hope the family's doing well. And like you say, we'll see you next year. Awak was coming on just a little bit more last year. I felt like the Dallas Wings were making some progress last season. Made the playoffs. Of course, beat the Atlanta Dream in the first round. So, you know, Dallas was making some positive progress. They were kind of figuring it out with Tasha Howard and Enrique and Awak. And, you know, speaking of, where's Charlie Collier going? I just thought about that just randomly. Where's Charlie Collier going? Like, is she going to end up playing again for Dallas? Is she going to Phoenix? Be under the tutelage of Brittany Griner? Learn something? Be with a team that's open for anybody and everybody who wants development? Maybe Phoenix. It's crazy Phoenix can't get Caitlin Clark. I mean, not that they, need, Caitlin's the only person in the draft, but, Phoenix just in a bad spot. Like Indiana, at least there's something to look forward to. Like you have good young players. You had the whole roster was like rookies last year, and one of the Mitchells. You know, they just have something to look forward to. It's optimistic over there. Phoenix has like nothing to look forward to. Kind of just self-destructed. But anyways, Atlanta Dream, another player that's sitting out this year is Ilyana Rupert. Ilyana Rupert, somewhat a stretch big, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Playing out there from France. She's focusing on the Olympics. Salute to Ilyana. She had a cool end of the season last year. She came kind of later in the season because she was playing in France. She had her overseas obligations in that season, so she came later in the season for the Dream last year. And like I said, a stretch big, was out there around the perimeter a lot. Had a couple games where she contributed a little bit positively for the Dream, more so than kind of what she really did with Vegas. I felt like she had a lot more kind of limited role in Vegas. So, shout out to Ilyana Rupert and best of luck to you in the Olympic Games. Shout out to Annie over there in Chicago with the Sun-Times. She wrote something that the Sky need to put everything they have behind signing free agent Skylar Diggins-Smith. She says this is close to her hometown, South Bend. If Indiana doesn't want her, Chicago needs to put everything they have into it. So, right off the bat, 4 teams can be eliminated from the sweepstakes: the Aces, Mercury, and Wings. Why she say the Aces? Diggins-Smith, she grew up. Should I read this whole thing out loud, y'all? Cause I didn't really realize that this was what you call. Oh, here we go. Of the 5 other teams, okay. She indicated. Okay. This is a good story. I should read it. All right, I'm gonna pick up in the middle of the story though. All right, so she's saying when she went on the Fever, and she said the Fever won't want me, and she said the Sparks are also out. So she says this leaves 6 teams in real need of a point guard: the Connecticut Sun, the Atlanta Dream, the Minnesota Lynx, the Seattle Storm, the Washington Mystics, and the Chicago Sky. Of those 5 other teams, the Dream could pose the biggest threat to Sky's hope to signing Diggins-Smith. They have one of the more dynamic wing combos in the league in Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray, along with all-star forward Cheyenne Parker. Adding Diggins-Smith can move them into title contention, and they will be able to offer her a max contract. This sounds like someone I knew saying something along the lines of, I think I met Annie one time too. When she was in town, I was like, yo, I like your stuff. I think I told her that in passing, because she was sitting talking to Mark Swindler, like the entire game. And I think I like snuck in like a, hey, I like your stuff. Nice to meet you. My name's Rashad. And she's like, okay, nice to meet you, Rashad. Bye. And that was kind of the conversation. But shout out to Annie, man. Annie no ball. All right, the Storm also presented an interesting landing spot for Diggins-Smith. Last year, Noel Quinn ran a point guard by committee offense, bouncing between Jewel Lloyd, who they signed to extension, and Sammy Whitcomb. Both are traditional 2 guards. Lloyd and Diggins-Smith are both products of Notre Dame. But doesn't Jewel Lloyd hate Notre Dame? Doesn't she hate Notre Dame? Or am I tripping? Am I making that up? Y'all let me know, Notre Dame fans, if y'all watching this. The Sky haven't announced their plans for development of a practice facility since last season, but it will be a selling point, they stress in free agency. Right now, the Dream practice in Core 4, which is Paul Millsap's gym over there on the east side of Atlanta. But yeah. No, it's not even in the east side. It's just by kind of in a weird place of Decatur. but not really Decatur, like more so Tucker. Is low key by the Hawks practice facility, so not Decatur, but I guess just DeKalb County. Anyways, there's that. Good story, Annie. Even though I skimmed through it, I'm sorry. Y'all go support. Y'all go read the full story. Everything like that. Jonquel Jones is going back to the Liberty. I thought that was interesting. I thought she might have wanted to go to a place where she get more space because things seemed real crowded last year. But I guess when you get so close to a championship, she's like, why would I want to leave? And I feel it when you're at a place like Connecticut, a team that's like always close. We're never quite there. Always close and never quite there. And you get as close as, New York is all the time now. Or New York is going to be all the time with all of you superstars on the team. Then, you have what you have. So, that being said, let's move on to the next topic. TCU. Cinderella story already of college basketball. TCU has lost a gazillion players this year. And we want to, first things first, send our, best wishes to Jaden Owens. She's had a college career, bro. I'll tell you. I think she started off at UCLA, then she went to Baylor, finished up at Baylor. Now, I think she was spending her grad year this year at TCU, and she tore her ACL. We talked about yesterday very briefly about Aubrey Griffin tearing her ACL in the midst of kind of like this Griffin family stuff that's just been going on for the past 7 months. But yeah, a lot of players been tearing their ACL as people have like kind of just pointed out and stuff. So she said I suffered a torn ACL and meniscus and a non-contact injury in our game at Houston. Bro, you tore, gosh, Lee. Pray for her knee, boy. Though I'm heartbroken and played my final college game. Dang, she not playing again? You not coming back? I'm sorry, Jaden. Salute to Jaden and what she's brought to college basketball. You know what I mean? Like, she's produced, I read the word produce in her thing. But she's brought so much to the game and so many eyes to the sport. Just as a, as a All-American coming out of high school, one of the better players in the country, coming from, a kid that was riding the bench as a freshman at UCLA to blossoming into a very quality guard at Baylor, and kind of continuing in that momentum this season at TCU. Unfortunate to see it kind of end abruptly like this in the college side of things, but I appreciate everything that Jaden Owens has done for the game and all the eyes she's brought to the sport for sure with her platform and just using her platform to the best of her abilities and everything like that. One of the NIL superstars of the game. All right, here we go. Why is Drea trending with Jalen Green? Is she still dealing with that boy? Jalen Green is like 2 years old. Drea is like 42. Shout out to Drea though. Jalen Green, he's not a baby anymore. He got to be about 23, 24 maybe. Jalen Green's been in the league how long? This is about his fourth season. Jalen Green might be 23. And Drea might be like 39. I'm being kind. But anyways, she's trending for some reason with that. I'll look at that later, I guess. TCU has 4 starters missing, bro. Shout out to Satu Sabli. Was at the game the other night. Staying in Texas with it. Dallas Wings stand up. TCU stand up. She said they won a hard-fought battle against UCF after a horrible week. Wowsies, missing 4 starters and doing all this. It got so crazy for TCU. Them jokers signed somebody from the volleyball team. They flipped someone from the volleyball team on over. And, hold on, where is she? She's from the volleyball team. Sarah Sylvester. And she got to play. She don't even have a name on her jersey, bruh. Sarah Sylvester, bruh. So, shout out to Sarah for stepping up and being a team player for her school. And shout out to these 3 players, bruh. Here we go. Michaela Moore, Piper Davis, and Ella Hamlin. They are all like qualified basketball players too. They were all in. Where are we at? Here we go. Davis led. She led Idaho to a state championship in 2022. She started every game at guard. Ella Hamlin, she has over more than 1,500 career points at Granbury High School in Texas. In Granbury, Texas, she scored a career high 42 points her senior year. She also played club basketball. What is this joke? She averaged 18 points in high school. She should have been playing like, forget, because some people are like, why was she not playing to begin with? Well, things happen. But like, she could have at least played probably at least like a D2 school. 18 points a game, your career high was 42. You could at least play D2 mid-major, D1. And then Michaela Moore. She led the Barretts to their first ever state championship, or UIL state championship. So that must be like private schools. As a state champion in 2022, she was named state championship MVP and chosen to the state championship all-tournament team. She tallied over 1,000 points over a 4-year run. Dedicated student, she graduated salutatorian. Dang, she's smart. And a member of TCU's. Oh, so she's still smart. How's she staying in shape? She focused on she must be just, I guess, playing pickup in the rec all the time. So anyways, as co-sports director of, who is this? A Texas student. Okay, shout out to Texas, man. Shout out to you, sir. Hey, keep the dream alive. Keep working, son. Jason Knider. He said, TCU women's basketball casually adds 2 state champions and an offensive player of the year from campus. Yeah, just about every high major basketball program, men's and women's, have at least one walk-on whose parents paid for a spot. That is something that should probably stop. I 100% agree. Politics. But will it stop? Money is power. So I'll say no. Same deal with coaches' kids. The Steven Izzo story was cute, but how many dudes on Michigan State's campus do think they're better than basketball players than him? Evidently more than you think. 100%. There's a lot of kids that can actually hoop for real or play football, like play these games really good and go to these schools for the sole purpose of hoping that they could walk on. I know a couple of homies that have done that. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't quite necessarily, because it comes down to politics. And once again, that isn't fair. Cash rules everything in this country that we call America, because capitalism, things of that nature. But yes, salute to TCU, man. Keep fighting on. Great story. I think they started off 14-0 and now they're 15-4. So they've gone 1-4 since they lost like the entire team. But it'd be very interesting to see like how these walk-ons do if they eventually earn a scholarship. I know right here, it's open doors, so they're saying support them. And excuse me. And you could help send them money since they don't have any scholarship money. And yeah, so I think it's a very interesting development. We'll see how that develops and stuff like that. But my name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the world of 5K sales. Please take care of yourselves and have a good night. I hope you enjoyed this. I spent a lot of time. This was a 30-minute video. Y'all take care of yourselves. Peace out.